Hello. So today we're going to be talking about cosmetology school and whether it is worth it or not in our opinion. Everything is pure opinionated, so let's get started. Okay, so first we have the required hours in Texas. In Texas, it's 1,000 hours minimum. You can do 1,500 hours. So yeah, you can explain.
Personally, unless you're planning on going to another state to work at some point, I would say just stick with the 1,000-hour program in Texas. It gets you your license. It does absolutely everything the same as the 1,500-hour courses, but you're going to pay a heck of a lot less for it, and you're going to get more time in a salon getting your hands in what you want to get your hands in, which is where you're going to get your real education.
Yeah, so the hours you need are different in every state. Like she said, in Texas it's only 1,000. In some states it's like 2,000 hours. So the only reason I would ever do the 1,500 is because I was planning on moving to another state. That's why I signed up for it, as well as what they promised me at that school, which is something we'll talk about later. What's included in our license is a lot. That's something to think about when you're getting into cosmetology. There's a difference between cosmetology, anesthesiology, and there used to be a difference between barbering, but in Texas, apparently, now it's included with SD. So, with a license, you can do a lot. If you have your own booth, rental, there's a lot of laws, obviously, you need to go more into, but you can do so many things. Some examples are doing nails, doing hair, doing lashes, you can do eyebrows. If you go and get your tattoo license as well, you can do microblading, and this is all within your own salon suite. So it's a lot that you can do. You can also work under other people, like in salons, but I tried that. And you're going to be going in at entry-level wages. I went in at 12 an hour. Most people are going to start at 10 an hour, probably. Some places for apprenticeships are like 15 an hour, but then you're working full-time. I can't do that.
Full-time plus, for sure.
Not my thing, for sure. So, yeah.
When it comes down to getting your licensing and what you're kind of looking for out of the education at the school that you're going to, there's a lot of different options that you're going to have. They're all going to basically give you the same options as far as hour completion. And they're all basically going to give you a similar education, honestly.
Really, it was just like lashing. We were supposed to get makeup classes. We were supposed to get offered a bunch of things from this school, but really the classes were not what it was said they were going to be. The classes, like, we were supposed to learn professional makeup, like beautiful makeup. That's what we were supposed to learn, and they taught us a Halloween spider eye look, and we ended up painting on our mannequins with real paint, no makeup. So a lot of the classes just weren't worth it. We did a lash class, and I ended up knowing about as much, if not more, than the teacher. They taught us the mapping of it, but they didn't teach us anything about what it meant. They just showed us pictures of the mapping. So YouTube could have taught more. I did know more because of YouTube. So yeah, really the difference between the Master Advanced Cosmetology license really isn't that different unless you just want a name. That's really all it is, a name, because all you really have to do to become a cosmetologist is pass your 2 state tests. Unless it's different in different states. In Texas, you take 2 tests, a practical exam, and what's the other one?
The written.
And the written exam. And I passed both the first time, thank Jesus. Okay, so yeah, the drop rates. The drop rates are huge. So when we entered, they told us they were like 30%.
Yeah, we were told I think 25 to 30% was the standard drop rate.
And we had a really good, like, awesome class.
Our class was our cosmetology class was absolutely amazing. I think we were the exception, though. I don't think we were the rule.
We were known for not being a drama class because most classes have a ton of drama and people failing all the time, dropping.
Oh yeah, I think our class, we had an amazing class. We had one of their highest graduation rates. They said it to us multiple times, and I think at least half of our class
didn't finish. Was kicked out for a certain.
Yeah.
One girl got sick, and they kicked her out of the school.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are not going to end up finishing. You have to be really determined. I graduated a little, like, basically on time. I ended up dropping from the 1500 course because my mental wasn't good. You have to also be in a good mental state going into cosmetology school. It's a lot. For example, we have people who have not graduated yet because they aren't gonna rush themselves in school. You know, like, you don't have a time frame you have to finish in cosmetology school. I finished in a year, but there's people who take off years and then go back to do it.
Absolutely.
So you can speak more on this.
The timeline to getting it done seems rushed and stressed. So when you sign up for the 1,000 hour, they tell you it's going to be about 6 to 8 months. You sign up for the 1,500, they tell you it's going to be right around, what, a year, 9 months to a year? What was y'all's?
No, they told us a year.
A year. But I don't think I think we had maybe 2 in our class that actually graduated.
On time. Like Adrian.
On time. Everyone else was at least 2 weeks late, at least, if not months. I mean, there are still people from our class that are still there.
Or just didn't do it, didn't finish. And they were like people who are like well off in life, have their life set. It's not like they have messy lives. It's not like they're 18 years old. Although the younger ones did drop really fast.
Yeah, they did.
So make sure you have your head on before you invest $20,000.
It's a very self-motivated environment. You're not going to succeed if you don't want to succeed. You are not going to do well if you don't push yourself to do well.
And YouTube University.
YouTube certified. All the way.
Okay, so we went to a school that is a name brand school. Can y'all hear the storm?
Yeah, it's raining pretty bad. Sorry, guys.
So we went to a well-known school. Y'all would probably know the name. We're not speaking on it today.
Nope.
For legal reasons. So it's just something we thought we should bring up to mention that state board schools are optional. You don't have to go to a huge school that's gonna abuse your willingness to get your license, like, because they knew that we wanted this license with this name. They knew they could overwork us. Some
Absolutely.
of us weren't even allowed to get lunches on time. They would move our lunches later in the day, do this and that, and it's like, we're paying to come here.
Oh, you didn't get a lunch today, you can just leave an hour early.
Exactly, at the very end of the day.
Yeah,
as though it's a real job.
Instead of 8 o'clock, you could leave at 7 p.m. It was, yeah.
They treated it as though it's a real job to train us. However, they are getting paid the prices of real salons. So, something to think about. Although we do say something to think about, it will help with networking. If you're trying to get a job at a huge name brand salon, you know, I'm not going to mention any salons, but you know, you'll think of a salon and you know you have a name pop in your head. If you want to work at one of those places, definitely go to a bigger school because they do have career fairs where you can meet the owners, people who hire you. So those do help a lot. But if you don't really care and you plan on doing your own thing or working at a normal salon, then just go to a state board school where you're going to learn what you need and get out.
Be quick.
And it's not like at these big schools. I was thinking we're going to get babyless, I don't know how you say that,
like
brand.
Quality tools in our kits. Like
you're
getting.
We got less than the bare minimum. We didn't even get Con Air. Not even Con Air. We got, I don't want to diss them because I could get sponsored by them one day. Our dryers were blowing out all the time.
Half the tools were broken and had to be replaced by your own dime.
Oh yes, I got my whole set stolen out of my car. They didn't give me anything back, but people would lose their stuff and they'd give them free stuff. So
if they require you to buy their kit, definitely
should be insurance or something. It was like $2,000.
You need to make sure that you're getting what you're supposed to get in that kit.
We literally had to pay $2,000 for
Required.
It was mandatory for horrible.
We priced it out. Do you remember that? We priced it out.
I remember
class
y'all
sat there
did.
and did.
Yeah,
We paid $2,000 for a kit that totaled, I think, about $600.
Then the priciest thing was the iPad, a very not good iPad. Okay.
COVID times.
Okay, so a lot of things that go on in cosmetology school have nothing to do with cosmetology.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of drama in cosmetology school. I was involved in some, and it just so happened to be with like a girlfriend of mine that I knew since high school. We had art class together in high school, and things went south, and like teachers had to get involved. And this is just because we're at the same school. Like, she's not in my life outside of there. I blocked her on everything, but because we're at the same school, she's telling people stuff about me, like calling me names, saying I'm a bad mother. So drama goes on just because you are around people, you know, like, and it's not just between us. Like, we had teachers, like,
the educators are some of the worst when it comes to the drama because they're surrounded by it. It is their life.
And they have no one, some of them have no one to talk to, or like their husbands don't want to hear it. So we become the listening ear.
Yep, very much so. Emotional support for
teachers.
The poorly funded and supported teachers.
Oh yeah, they definitely deserve more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they need more teachers.
Shout out to the decent educators out there. You guys are the decent.
No, literally, I cried at the end because I didn't want to leave one of my teachers. Cammie, if you see this ever, I love you. Okay. She'll know because I literally cried and she almost cried. It was crazy.
I know, I love
I didn't want to leave her. I didn't want to leave you, Cammie.
She was so sweet to me.
To everyone, she had the sweetest soul I've ever met. Like, you don't find that often, ever.
Oh,
especially not in beauty school. They're all so
rude.
Ay. Okay. Some things that you can do if you own your own salon. If you own your own salon, things you can do are different. Like, if you want to work for a nail salon, you cannot do that with a cosmetology license. You need to go to nail school.
You have a nail tech
and
license.
you have to get a nail tech license specified. However, in lashes, you can work for a lash company. You can work for a hair company. You can do big companies.
Brows. Outside of microbleeding, you have to be certified for that as well.
Microbleeding, you have to get a tattoo license. Yes. You can do lashes, waxing, eyebrows. You can do tinting, laminations, men's and women's cuts. Mm-hmm. You cannot do the straight razor. That's something only barbers and I guess SDs can do. Mm-hmm. Out of all of this, the most important thing I would say is, like, as far as being in school, just focus on your license. Don't focus on specializing yet. Focus on that after, because all you need to worry about is graduating. And if you sign up for more, as I did, I paid $22,000 or something for 1,500 hours, and I dropped the class, so I didn't finish my hours. I stopped at 1,070 or something, and got no extra credits for that. You know, you just graduate with your license. I had to pay a drop fee, and I still had to pay that extra $6,000 or $7,000 or whatever. Like, that is not gonna change. You're gonna be in debt if you don't finish, if you are on financial aid. So sign up to the minimum to get your license in that state. And those specialized courses, most likely, from our experience, are not going to be specialized, as though, like, if you found someone on Instagram that's doing these amazing courses, giving out all of these products, paying thousands for this to this big institution. However, you're gonna pay less than probably maybe $1,000 for these in-person classes, and they're most likely going to give you a kit if you're paying $1,000 or
Absolutely,
more.
most of them do.
In these courses we were being taught, we got no extra stuff. For the lash course that I told you guys about, like, we got the mannequins and we got the lashes, but we had to give it all back. The tweezers we had to give back. Like, luckily I had my own stuff because I was already practicing, because I had seen Sarah over there practicing all the time. She went to cosmetology school to ignore everyone and do lashes.
Literally. Just to sit, don't touch me, I don't want to do your hair, I just let me lash, please.
She would tell the teachers, I don't want to. Like,
No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna sit here and finish this up, but thank you.
Put your head down so no one sees you.
Put my headphones in, just ignore me.
So overall, do you think cosmetology school was worth it?
Absolutely. I do. And make sure that the school that you go to is where you want to be. That's the other thing that I would say. Don't just
We didn't even speak on that.
Yeah, pick a school, go to different schools, talk to different administration people.
We didn't even speak on it, but it is possible if you don't like your school to transfer. Do not stay at a school that makes you fucking miserable.
No, absolutely do not.
It is possible to be miserable in cosmetology school. I dropped out because of mental issues due to that school. I thought it was my life, and unfortunately I ruined a lot of relationships along that path.
Girl, I gained 50 pounds at that school in a year.
I was chunky.
I gained
Do you
50
remember how
pounds
chunky
at
I
a year
was?
at that school.
I thought I was so cute, and I was chunky.
You were chunky.
I was.
I thought you were cute.
I was chunky.
I
thought you were cute too.
I
I didn't
was-
even realize how overweight
How big I
you
got.
had got. Like,
Yes.
'cause I didn't know that, like, until you told me.
Mhm.
And then I saw you dropping it like that, and I'm like, what is going on?
Left the toxic environment. Make sure you're where you're going to grow.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. It is worth it getting your license, in my opinion. However, it is not worth it being in a toxic environment. Make sure you tour the schools. I didn't. I chose where I went because they have a natural philosophy. And that's basically how I live my life, or I try to at least.
Same.
So when I got there, I realized most of that was a lie. Make sure you go and, like, you can even go get your hair done by them. Get a
Absolutely go in as a client. Absolutely.
Or no, take the tour first, because they will probably most likely give you like cards to get you to come back that will give you discounts or like a free hair wash, and go and see what it's like in school.
Talk to the students that are there currently.
I was about to say,
yeah.
see how happy the children there are. Not that we're children, but like the students. See how they're doing. If they all look sad as, you know what, get out of there, because you don't want to be the next sad girl.
You will. You are not going to be the one that changes the place. I'll tell
The
you
whole
right
place
now.
be sad. It really does.
Yeah.
So I think it's very worth it. As far as jobs afterwards, what it's like getting out of cosmetology school, she is almost done with cosmetology school, and we do plan on opening our own suite sometime soon. So that's our plan. However, there's so many options. I went and worked at a chain company to learn how to do men's cuts, and that was a little bit of an investment in myself. However, I regret how much time I gave them. Like I said, you're going to be working for little to nothing. Just make sure you weigh all your options, and just because you might be a waitress or whatever you do in real life, like, it's nothing wrong with still working that job until you find your path. Don't go settle for less just because you have a cosmetology license and you want to use it, because it doesn't make sense, especially in this economy.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was very well said.
Okay, well, that's all, you guys. I think, do you have anything else?
I think that pretty much covers it. It's definitely worth it. Just make sure you're where you want to be and you're comfortable with the situations that the school will put you in. Most definitely.
Yes. All right. Well, I hope you guys, whoever is watching this, find a great path in life. And if you do choose to go to cosmetology school, let us know how that goes.
Yes,
because I know
please.
this drama is going to be crazy. We will have
Yes.
more also. We will have more videos on cosmetology school. We can go into the drama. We can go into more into everything that was promised.
Absolutely, because there's a lot that was promised that was
Going to
not
school during
received.
COVID.
School
Ooh.
during COVID. That would be a whole episode in its own. Online.
So, yes, there is so much more to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, we are gonna go enjoy this storm, you guys. So have a great day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
Absolutely.